Hello everyone, welcome to today's show. In 2025, China is going through a quiet economic change. From big shopping malls closing, beauty salons leaving, to internet streamers leaving in groups, the drop in spending is no longer just a statistic. It is happening in real life, affecting you and me. And when even professional economists are silenced for telling the truth, we have to ask, has China's economic winter already arrived? Today, we will look at 4 things happening now to see how cold the economy feels. If you care about this topic, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell for all notifications so you don't miss future shows! Do you remember how lively shopping malls were 10 years ago? Lights flashing, people walking on every floor, crowded escalators, and on weekends you had to wait half an hour for a table at a restaurant. But today, old malls like Beijing Wangfujing, Parkson, and Tianhong are closing one by one. The malls are empty, some floors have the lights off. The message is clear: China's retail business cannot survive. Let's look at the numbers. Among 24 listed retail companies in China, only 2 saw both sales and profits grow in the first 3 quarters of this year. The rest, one word, terrible! The other 20 traditional retail companies earned less than 800 million yuan in total, compared to nearly 7 billion last year. Almost 90% of profits vanished! Even old brands like Yuan, Central Mall, and Guangbai saw profits drop over 100%, meaning they are losing money. The numbers are bad and the stores cannot hold on. Beijing Wangfujing used to be the top of Chinese malls, but this year not only did revenue fall, net profits also dropped by more than 70% and stores keep closing. In April alone, 3 stores in Beijing's New Yancha Mall were closed at once. From the start of the year till now, at least a dozen hold friends malls are gone. The 31-year-old Parkson Fuxing store in Beijing closes at year-end. The 15-year-old Tianhong Mall in Shenzhen closed in September. The 20-year-old Lanzhou New World department store also stopped operating. Shanghai Pacific Department Store Shui Branch, Meilongtown Isetan all closed in the past 2 years. Nanjing, Changsha, Huzhou, almost every city has old malls disappearing. Some say it's like a collective farewell ceremony, but for shop owners and customers, it feels like a silent countdown. If you still don't feel the seriousness, open Douyin TikTok in China, search for mall empty people. Videos pop up one after another. Not joking, it looks like walking into an empty city in Shenzhen. Luohu, a jeweler, said it used to be packed with people. Now, no one comes. No orders, no business. In Nanchang Qingshan Huanda, half of the food court is closed. Even famous restaurants are gone. Hangzhou Sizi International, a high-end complex, is now almost empty. Even gyms have left. Suzhou, Chengdu, Sime vloggers ask Guy, what happened in the last 2 years? Even in Shanghai, the prime Kupu Road area, rent used to be 7,000 yuan per square meter a month. Now nobody takes 500 yuan per square meter. People ask, why did it suddenly fail? It's not sudden. It is the result of long-term problems. First, wallets are smaller, people spend less. In recent years, with layoffs and pay cuts, money is hard to earn and hard to spend. High-end malls like Wangfujing and Xidan are the first to fail. Beijing's retail total has dropped for 11 months in a row. Online shopping also hits physical stores. You can buy something with 1 click and get it in 2 hours. Who needs physical stores anymore? Traditional malls lose their advantages and become burdens, with higher prices and fewer choices. Too many malls were built blindly, exceeding consumer needs. Do you know how many large shopping centers China has now? Over 700, and more keep opening. In the first half of 2025, more than 120 new malls opened. In Shanghai, 1 large mall for every 80,000 people. In Tokyo, 1 for every 200 Zalous people. At this density, collapse is inevitable. Going to a mall used to be weekend fun, a familiar family leisure and social activity. Now, everything moves to screens with apps and deliveries. But the problem is, as physical malls disappear, how much city life is left? When will this retail winter end? Malls are empty, spending is low, and people ask, what's wrong with China's economy? At this time, someone wants to tell the truth but is silenced. Next, let's see how economist Gao Shanwen was disappeared for speaking the truth. On November 24, Gao Shanwen was quietly announced as leaving his position. Actually, he was investigated, silenced, and removed from the stage. The reason is simple: he said what the authorities didn't want to hear. Gao Shanwen graduated from Peking University's economics department and is a top figure in China's economy and finance. Early in his career, he worked at Everbright Securities, then Angsen Securities, serving as chief economist for 18 years. Later, Angsen became Goto Securities, and he was also head of Goto Industrial Research Institute. In short, he is one of the conscience insiders in China's financial system. He is remembered not for his titles, but for his courage to speak the truth. The story starts in 2024. He was invited to Washington, USA to attend a conference by the Peterson Institute for International Economics and the China Finance 40 Forum. This was not just a regular seminar, it was an international stage. At the conference, Zhao said something that angered China's top leaders. We don't know the real growth of China's economy. I guess it may only be 2% on average. Even though the official number says 5%, he added, in the next 3 to 5 years, growth might be 3% or 4%, but official numbers will always show 5%. He also doubted whether Beijing can really boost the economy. In the Western academic world, this is normal economic forecasting. But in China's system, it's like saying, the emperor has no clothes, to Xi Jinping. Soon after, Gao's social media accounts were banned across all platforms. He disappeared from media and public talks stopped. On November 24, 25, China Securities Journal quietly reported his departure. Strangely, the China Securities Association's website has no record of him, as if his account was completely deleted. The Wall Street Journal reported in January this year that Zhao's speech angered Xi personally. Sources said Xi was furious and ordered action. He does not tolerate voices doubting China's economic resilience. Zhao was not immediately fired, but from that moment, he was doomed to be disappeared. He is not the only expert to face consequences. Criticizing the economy has serious results. In September 2024, Zhu Hengpeng, deputy director of the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, was also detained. He spoke about the bad economy and subtly criticized Xi in a private chat. He was detained, removed from office, and his name was erased from official websites, disappearing from Tsinghua research institutes too. You might ask, these economists did nothing illegal. Why can't they tell the truth? Because Xi does not want to hear bad news. According to the Wall Street Journal, once an economic advisor mentioned deflation. Xi asked, "What's wrong with deflation? Things are cheaper. Isn't that good for everyone?" After this, no one dared to say deflation again. It became a banned word. This is why China's economy is trapped in a vicious cycle today: high debt, property bubbles, foreign capital leaving, consumer confidence near record lows. Economists are silenced, media is controlled. What remains is a system with no feedback or correction. Think about it. Can a country where economists cannot speak freely have a healthy economy? Leaders don't want to hear bad news, don't want citizens to know, but reality at the bottom never lies. Take beauty salons, now going through an unprecedented wave of closures. Middle-class families hold their wallets tighter. Can this economy still be strong? Once facials, skincare, and therapy were necessary. For many middle-class women, a weekend pamper was a reward. Now, from Shanghai to Hangzhou, Beijing to Wenzhou, salons are closing one by one. Some who renewed annual memberships of 10,000 yuan lost their money without notice. Entire streets of salons vanished quietly. The China Life Beauty Report shows that in the first half of this year, 37.8% of beauty stores nationwide closed. Almost 40% couldn't survive. In Zhejiang alone, 500 salons closed or were transferred this year. Even chain brands in high-income areas like Shanghai and Hangzhou could not survive. An industry insider said, if a salon sees a few customers a day, it's good. Without 2,000–3,000 yuan daily, they can't survive. Rent, social insurance, taxes, every cost is huge. For consumers, this is not cold data, it is real loss. In Beijing, a manager from the Bank of China said, the salon I often go to suddenly closed, no notice at the door. I just renewed a one-year card for over 10,000 yuan. Gone. Very frustrating. Stores close, phones unreachable, prepaid cards not refunded. Who is responsible? This wave of closures is not the beauty industry's fault. It reflects the middle class cutting spending. With job losses, lower incomes, and foreign companies leaving, the middle class feels the thinner wallet. Reality first. A Shanghai woman, Ms. He, said plainly, when the family tightens the budget, beauty is the first cut. Before, when the husband had money, the wife went to the salon. Now, just surviving is hard, no money for pampering. It's not just salons, sales of imported Korean cosmetics are dropping. Ms. He, a Korean cosmetics agent, said, before, a customer came several times a month. Now, not even once in 6 months. Everyone counts their money. Spending habits have changed. Even men's haircuts are downgrading. Before 30–50 yuan was normal, now 10 yuan haircuts are common. This shows the city's service industry moving down market, a signal of overall contraction, a snapshot of China's service sector. When consumption downgrades, customer flow drops, repeat purchases slow, revenue cannot cover costs, leading to closures, layoffs, lower incomes, a vicious cycle. This is a signal of collective belt tightening among China's middle class, the real loss of the middle class. If beauty salon closures are real-life belt tightening, the next collapse reveals another illusion, the fall of the influencer economy. Once booming livestream sales cannot survive. Remember a few years ago, influencers streaming for sales could earn tens of thousands per month or millions per year just by shouting, family, go buy. Now, Hangzhou, The city where many livestream legends were born watches this feast end. Rent for influencer buildings is cut in half. Influencers leave in groups. The bubble bursts. Take the Regent International building in Hangzhou. At its peak, it had nearly 20,000 streamers and staff called Or1 building supporting half of Taobao live streaming. During Singles Day, it was bustling from morning to night, elevators filled with 10 influencers at a time. This year it's empty. Signs outside say, urgent rent, price cut, rent from 3,400 yuan per room to 1,800 yuan. No more heavily made up influencers, just ordinary office workers and older residents. A real estate agent said, this used to be influencers' kingdom. Now I have many units for rent. No one wants them. Where did the famous live streamers and top sellers go? Veteran e-commerce influencer Manman said, in 2020, whoever streamed made money. Now, most friends who started at the same time disappeared. The market is saturated. Both influencers and investors are leaving. This departure wave doesn't just affect grassroots influencers. Top creators and influencer agencies like Frazy Xiaoyang, Singswen Group, and Xiangtai also left Hangzhou. This is a collective industry contraction. Remember, the livestream boom started during the pandemic. Everyone stayed home, couldn't go out. Live streaming became the new way to sell. From beauty, clothes, rice cookers, houses, even rockets, all sold online. But short-term demand eventually falls. The livestream hype hasn't fully faded, but middle-class wallets are already flat. Spending power, platform bonuses, and investment heat all drop. The livestream industry went from a money printer to a losing business. An insider said, now, to make money live streaming, unless you were among the first, you need to spend tens of thousands on ads just to get views. This wave of livestream decline exploded online. Many said, the fake prosperity is over. Now it's not just hard for influencers. The whole industry is hard. Nobody has money, how can they sell? Yes, when spending power drops, all fancy marketing tricks are useless. Friends, what do you think the future of influencer economy will be? Share your thoughts in the comments.